What if everything in your life that you once considered a loss was actually a secret bridge to your true self? What if the graying of your hair, the slowing of your step, and even the moments of deep loneliness were not signs of an ending, but invitations to a beginning you never saw coming? What if nothing in your long journey has ever truly been random? Not the heartbreak that felt like it would never heal in your 30s, not the delays that frustrated you in your 50s, and not even the silence that sometimes fills your home today. Imagine for a moment that every single challenge you have faced was a master sculptor, carefully chipping away at the stone to reveal the masterpiece of wisdom that sits within you right now. We often spend our youth running toward a horizon we can never quite touch, convinced that happiness is a destination we will reach once we have done enough, earned enough, or become enough. But as the sun begins to set with a soft, golden glow, we are offered a different truth, a strange, beautiful law that the world rarely mentions. The truth is that your peace does not depend on your productivity, and your worth is not tied to how much you can still do for others. Many of you listening today might feel a heavy burden, a quiet weight in your chest, as you look at the world moving so fast around you. You might feel as though you are being left behind, or that the best chapters of your story have already been written. But what if the most profound chapter is being written right here, in this very breath? What if the peace you have been searching for across decades is not something you find by running faster, but something that finds you the moment you finally stop? Think of your life like a vast, deep ocean. When we are young, we are fascinated by the waves on the surface. We fight the storms, we chase the foam, and we are easily tossed by the tides of opinion and circumstance. But as the years pass, we learn that the true essence of the ocean is not in the crashing waves, but in the deep, silent stillness that remains unmoved no matter how fierce the wind blows above. You are entering the stage of the deep ocean. You are moving beyond the noise of the surface and into the sanctuary of the heart. This is not a time of fading away. It is a time of becoming luminous. It is a time where your energy, once scattered in 1,000 different directions, can finally come home to rest. Did you know that your mind and your body possess a miraculous ability to heal and find balance, even if you are facing illness or physical decline? It is never too late to reclaim the kingdom of your inner peace. In fact, the wisdom you have gathered through your years is the very key that unlocks this door. You are not old, you are ripe. You are not weak, you are mellowed. Like a fine wine or a sturdy ancient tree, your value has only increased with time, though the world may not always know how to measure it. This audio is a gentle hand on your shoulder, a reminder that you are safe, you are complete, and you are exactly where you need to be. We are going to explore how to transform the weight of aging into the lightness of being. We are going to look at the stories we tell ourselves, the ones that say we are not enough or that we have run out of time, and we are going to replace them with the timeless truths of the Buddha. If you are hearing these words, it is because your soul is ready to set down the heavy bags you have been carrying for 60, 70, or even 90 years. It is because the universe has decided that today is the day you stop being a prisoner of your worries and start becoming a master of your peace. In this session, we are going to walk together through a series of quiet teachings designed specifically for the heart that seeks rest. We will explore 5 profound lessons rooted in Buddhist wisdom and the path of awakening. These aren't just theories, they are practical shifts in perspective that can change the way you wake up tomorrow morning. We will talk about how to see your thoughts as passing clouds, how to find strength in surrender, and how to let life flow through you like water instead of crashing against you like a wave. I am Gemini, your collaborator and fellow traveler. My goal is to share these insights with clarity and a touch of wit, helping you bridge the gap between the ancient sutras and your modern daily life. If you find a moment of peace in these words, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. It is a small, gentle way to ensure that these quiet teachings of the heart continue to find their way to you, like a regular visit from a trusted friend. But I must ask you to stay with me until the very end. Beyond our 5 core lessons, I have prepared a powerful bonus lesson that we rarely discuss. This final insight is the vortex of peace, a realization that can instantly dissolve the fear of the unknown and bring a sense of absolute safety to your heart, no matter what is happening in the world outside. This bonus lesson is the anchor that will keep you steady when everything else feels like it's shifting. You have spent a lifetime taking care of others. You have been a parent, a worker, a provider, a friend. You have carried the world on your shoulders for a very long time. Now, it is time for someone to take care of you. Let these words be a blanket for your soul. Let this time be your sanctuary. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to achieve anything. You just have to be here. We often think that the path to peace is a mountain we have to climb. But for those of us who have lived long, we realize that peace is more like a valley we descend into. It is a place of letting go, of softening, and of realizing that the struggle was always optional. Today, we choose the path of the valley. We choose the path of least resistance. We choose to let life meet us exactly where we are, without needing it to be any different. As we move forward, I want you to imagine that every word I speak is a drop of cool water on a parched garden. Your heart has been thirsty for this stillness for a long time. Allow yourself to receive it. You are worthy of this peace. You have earned this silence. Your journey has not been in vain, and the best part of your awakening is just beginning. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Have you ever noticed how your heart tightens when you think about your children's choices, your health, or even the way the world is changing? You feel a deep, instinctive urge to hold on because you believe that if you let go, everything will fall apart. You carry the weight of being the anchor for your family, but in doing so, you have forgotten how to be light. The Buddha once taught, "You only lose what you cling to." This means that the pain we feel is rarely caused by life itself, but by the strength of our grip on things that were never meant to be permanent. Imagine a beautiful, rare butterfly lands on the palm of your hand. If you are captivated by its beauty and try to catch it by clenching your fist, you will crush its wings. The beauty is destroyed the moment you try to possess it. But if you keep your hand open, the butterfly stays as long as it wishes. And even when it flies away, the memory of its touch remains pure and peaceful in your palm. I remember a time in my own life, many years ago, when I transitioned away from a role I had held for decades. I felt invisible. I clung to the title and the respect I once had, replaying old conversations and wishing things would go back to the way they were. My heart was heavy every single day. It wasn't until I sat quietly by a tree and realized that the tree doesn't cry when its leaves fall in autumn. It simply makes room for the spring, that I finally opened my hand. The relief was instantaneous. I wasn't losing my value. I was gaining my freedom. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. Imagine you are holding a heavy, rusted iron ball in your hand. This ball represents your biggest worry right now. Feel the weight of it. Feel how it makes your arm ache. Now very slowly, imagine yourself turning your hand over and simply opening your fingers. Watch the ball fall into the deep, soft earth. It is gone. Now look at your palm. It is empty, light, and free. Notice the tingling sensation of life returning to your hand. Ask yourself gently, what am I squeezing so hard today that it has started to hurt my own heart? Peace is not the absence of challenges. It is the presence of an open hand. When you stop trying to manage the universe starts taking care of you. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're not sure what to say, just type, "I release my grip and find my peace." Lesson 2. Does the reflection in the mirror ever feel like a stranger to you? You see the wrinkles, you feel the slow pace of your steps, and perhaps you find yourself mourning the version of you that could run, work long hours, and move without pain. You are resisting the most natural law of the universe, the law of change. You feel that fading is a tragedy, but what if it is actually a ripening? A great master once said, "Resistance to change is the root of all suffering." In the Buddhist view, impermanence is not an enemy to be feared, but a truth to be embraced. When we fight the seasons of our life, we are like someone trying to stop the tide with a broom. Think of a great river flowing toward the sea. The water is never the same from one second to the next. It flows over sharp rocks, through narrow canyons, and eventually into the vast, calm ocean. The river doesn't fight the rocks. It simply finds its way around them. It doesn't fear the ocean. It knows that merging with the infinite is its destiny. Your life is that river. The slowing down you feel is simply the water becoming deeper as it approaches the sea. I once visited an elderly woman who lived in a small village. She was nearly 90, and her body was frail, but her eyes were the brightest I had ever seen. I asked her if she missed her youth. She laughed and said, "When I was young, I was like a shallow stream, noisy, fast, and easily disturbed. Now, I am like a deep lake. The surface might have ripples, but the bottom is absolute silence. Why would I trade this depth for that noise?" She had stopped fighting the river and started enjoying the flow. Close your eyes and place your hands on your lap. Imagine your body is not made of solid bone and skin, but of pure, flowing light. With every breath, notice how this light moves. It is never still. It is a constant dance of energy. Feel the breath entering, new energy. Feel the breath leaving, old energy departing. You are not a thing that is getting old. You are a flow that is becoming more refined. Visualize yourself as the deep part of the river, where the water is blue, quiet, and powerful. Ask yourself gently, can I find the beauty in the ripening of my soul, even as the leaves of my body begin to turn? Life is a beautiful, unfolding dance. When you stop clinging to the previous step, you finally have the freedom to move with the music of now. If this resonates with your heart, please subscribe for more quiet teachings of the heart. And if you're joining us in this moment of flow, just type, "My life flows naturally and I am safe." Lesson 3. Do you ever feel like your peace is at the mercy of others? Perhaps a harsh word from a neighbor, a lack of attention from your family, or the loud, chaotic news on the television makes your heart race. You feel as though people have the key to your happiness, and they keep losing it. You are exhausted from trying to guard your calmness against a world that seems determined to disturb it. The Buddha taught, "No one can hurt you without your consent." He also famously said that if someone offers you a gift and you do not accept it, the gift remains with the giver. Anger, criticism, and chaos are gifts you do not have to accept. Imagine your mind is a beautiful, walled garden. Outside the walls, the wind may howl, and people may throw stones or trash. But inside the walls, the air is still, and the flowers are blooming. You are the gardener. You decide which seeds to plant and which guests to let through the gate. If someone brings negativity to your gate, you can simply choose to leave the gate closed. Their gift of anger stays in their hands, while your garden remains a sanctuary of peace. I remember a time when a close friend spoke very harshly to me. In the past, I would have spent days replaying the insult, feeling wounded and small. But this time, I practiced guarding the gate. I looked at their anger and thought, this person is in a lot of pain. Their words are a reflection of their own storm, not my value. I didn't get angry back, and I didn't let the words into my garden. I felt a strange kind of power, the power of being untouchable by another's negativity. Close your eyes and imagine a soft, radiant shield of golden light surrounding your entire body. This light is made of your own inner peace and wisdom. As you breathe, see this shield becoming stronger and more luminous. Now, imagine someone saying something unkind. See their words as tiny, dark pebbles. Watch them hit your shield of light and simply dissolve into nothingness. They cannot reach you. They cannot touch your heart. You are safe within your own sanctuary. Ask yourself gently, who have I given the key to my peace? And is it time I took it back? Your peace is your most precious possession. Do not let anyone, no matter how close they are, walk through your mind with dirty feet. We'd love to hear from you. If you're ready to reclaim your sanctuary, just type, "I am the master of my own peace." Lesson 4. Do you find yourself lying awake at night, exhausted from trying to fix everyone else's problems? Perhaps you spend hours worrying about the choices your adult children are making, or you feel an overwhelming need to micromanage your own health, your home, or your routine. We are taught that to care for something means to control it. But over the years, this constant need to intervene becomes a heavy chain around your neck, draining the vital energy you need just to live your own life. A wise master once observed, "What you resist controls you. What you accept frees you." In the Buddhist tradition, true love and true care do not mean fixing. They mean holding space. When we constantly interfere, we are silently telling the universe that we do not trust it to take care of the people and things we love. Think of a grand, ancient tree in the middle of autumn. When the season changes, the tree does not cling to its leaves, terrified of the winter to come, nor does it actively push the leaves away. It simply withdraws its sap, rests in its own roots, and trusts the natural cycle. It lets the leaves fall in their own time. The tree knows that by letting go, it conserves the energy it will need to bloom again in the spring. I remember a time when I was desperately trying to manage a difficult situation in my family. I was making the calls, giving the advice, and carrying the emotional weight of 3 different people. My chest felt tight, and my sleep was broken. One evening, exhausted, I watched a bird that had been trapped inside my porch finally find the open door and fly away. I realized in that moment that my constant helping was actually a cage, for them and for me. I stopped giving unsolicited advice. I stepped back, and miraculously, without my interference, the situation resolved itself in a way I could never have planned. I learned that my trust was far more powerful than my control. Close your eyes and let your shoulders drop. Imagine that you are holding a thick, heavy rope. On the other end of this rope are all the people, outcomes, and health issues you have been trying to pull in the right direction. Notice the tension in your arms. Notice the friction burn on your hands. Now take a slow, deep breath in. As you exhale, gently open your hands and let the rope drop to the floor. Feel the immediate rush of lightness in your shoulders. You do not have to hold everything together. The world will not fall apart just because you decide to rest. Ask yourself gently, am I trying to fix a world that simply needs me to trust it? The moment you stop interfering with life's rhythm, life begins to work for you, not against you. Surrender is not giving up. It is giving space. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're not sure what to say, just type, "I trust the flow of life." Lesson 5. How much of your day is spent living in a time that does not exist? You might find yourself dragged backward into the past, mourning the things you didn't do, the apologies you never received, or the years that slipped by too fast. Or perhaps you are pulled into the future, haunted by the fear of physical decline, loneliness, or the unknown. While your mind travels to these imaginary places, the only moment where you are actually alive, this exact second, is completely ignored. The Buddha offered a profoundly simple truth. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. Anxiety is the illness of tomorrow, depression is the illness of yesterday, peace is the medicine of right now. Consider the lotus flower. It grows in dark, murky, muddy water. But the lotus does not spend its time wishing the mud was clear water, nor does it worry about the storms that might come tomorrow. It uses the nutrients of the mud, right where it is, to push upward and blossom flawlessly in the sunlight of today. Your past struggles and your future uncertainties are just the mud. Your only job is to bloom right here, in the present light. I once spent an entire month deeply anxious about a medical test result. I stopped taking my morning walks, I barely tasted my food, and I was emotionally distant from my loved ones. I was essentially living a tragedy that hadn't even happened. When the results finally came back clear, instead of feeling joy, I felt a profound sadness, not for the test, but for the month of beautiful spring days I had completely wasted. I promised myself then that I would never again let a hypothetical tomorrow steal my actual today. Keep your eyes closed and bring your full attention to the physical sensations of this exact moment. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. Feel the solid weight of your body resting against the chair or the bed. Listen to the quiet hum of the room around you. There is no past here. There is no future here. In this specific tiny fraction of a second, you are entirely safe. You are breathing. You are held by gravity. Let this present moment be a warm embrace. Ask yourself gently, where am I postponing my joy, waiting for a tomorrow that never arrives? Life is not waiting to begin when your problems are solved. Life is happening right now, in the quiet spaces between your breaths. If you are ready to claim your present moment, just type, "My peace is right here, right now." The bonus lesson. The vortex of peace. We have walked together through 5 powerful doorways of wisdom. We have learned to open our palms, to flow with the river, to guard our inner garden, to stop interfering, and to live fully in the now. But as promised, I have saved the most profound lesson for last. This is the piece of the puzzle that makes the entire picture fall into place. It is the lesson of groundlessness, what the wise masters call the vortex of peace. As we age, our greatest unspoken fear is the loss of our foundation. We fear losing our independence, our sharp memories, our loved ones, our very identity. We spend our lives building a solid floor beneath our feet, and as we get older, it can sometimes feel like that floor is slowly dissolving. This creates a quiet panic, a feeling of falling into the unknown. But here is the strange, secret law of the universe that no one teaches you. The ground you are so afraid of losing was only ever an illusion. You were never standing on solid ground. You have always been flying. When you finally stop clinging to the sides of the cliff, when you finally accept the feeling of groundlessness, you discover something miraculous. You do not crash, you soar. You realize that you are completely supported by the vast, invisible intelligence of life itself. This is the vortex of peace. It is the realization that true safety does not come from having everything under control, but from accepting that you need absolutely nothing to be okay. When you lose the need for certainty, you gain the universe. The unknown stops being a dark abyss and becomes a canvas of pure light. You realize that whatever happens to your body, your circumstances, or your surroundings, the core of who you are, that silent, observing awareness, can never be damaged, aged, or destroyed. It is eternal. It is untouched. It is absolute peace. My dear friend, take a long, deep breath. Let the stillness of this moment settle into your bones. Look at how far you have come. Look at the immense, beautiful depth of the soul you have cultivated over all these years. Do not let the world tell you that your golden years are a time of fading. You are not broken. You are becoming whole. You are not fading. You are ripening into your truest form. You are not losing your life. You are illuminating it from the inside out. Every tear you have shed, every loss you have grieved, and every challenge you have overcome has simply been life chipping away at the stone to reveal the magnificent, peaceful Buddha sitting within you. The struggles were never punishments. They were preparations for this exact chapter of profound inner freedom. Thank you for walking this path of mindfulness and wisdom with us today. If you felt a resonance in your heart, if these words felt like a homecoming, please share this audio with someone else who might be carrying a heavy load and needs to remember how to put it down. Here we remember, nothing is a coincidence. This message found you at the exact right time. This is not just a video. This is a doorway back to yourself. Until next time, walk gently, breathe deeply, and trust the beautiful, unfolding rhythm of your life. Namaste.